President Ruto's government appears to be trading on thin moral ice, raising questions about its commitment to the very God that ushered them into power. Kenya now stands at a pivotal moment in its history, with some fearing it may be hurtling towards a modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah, where promiscuity knows no bounds.
I sell my tamu so that I can pay the school fees of my 3 kids. If you want to promote my biashara, take this number. Send me money. Come on my WhatsApp, I'll give you my Instagram name. Wala kunyonga tunanyonga na mia peke yake. Kunyonga ni mia namba ndo hii hapa.
Now the government is currently contemplating the decriminalization of prostitution, a move that has left the nation in disbelief. A bill recently presented to the parliament seeks to overhaul the country's legal framework regarding the classification of capital and criminal offenses. If passed into law, the bill could bring about significant changes in how Kenya views and deals with sex work.
Hello, my name is Chief Okuzo from Plug TV.
Under the proposed legislation, Kenyan men and women engaged in sex work may no longer face fines or jail terms. This eyebrow-raising development has left citizens in shock, wondering how a government that was ostensibly chosen on the grounds of godliness could endorse such a radical shift. Some netizens have gone as far as comparing the current state of the government to the biblical tale of King Nebuchadnezzar, who strayed from righteousness during his rule and found himself grazing with wild animals in the forest. Traditionally, prostitution is a criminal offense in Kenya, punishable by up to 3 years in prison, as outlined in section 153, 154 and 155 of the Kenyan Constitution. However, the judiciary is now pushing to the deletion of these 3 sections, potentially paving the way for a seismic shift in how prostitution is perceived and treated under the law, should President William Ruto endorse the bill. Now, Section 153 of the Constitution currently categorizes male prostitution as a felony. It pertains to any male individual who knowingly lives off the earnings of prostitution, resides with a prostitute, or aids in prostitution-related activities. Now, the proposed amendment seeks to strike down this section, leaving male prostitution no longer explicitly labeled as a felony. Now, the draft bill, which still criminalizing prostitution, suggests alternative methods for addressing petty offenses, such as issuing verbal warnings, conditional discharges, probation, community service, and rehabilitation center attendance in place of incarceration or jail terms. Section 154 presently designated women engaged in prostitution who are proven guilty in a court of law as felons. Meanwhile, Section 155 enables the arrest and search of premises used for prostitution, authorizing police officers to intervene when there is suspicion of prostitution-related activities. The primary objective of the bill is to amend the penal code, incorporating more human rights-oriented language concerning individuals with the intellectual and psychological disabilities. Additionally, the proposed legislation aims to provide legal protection for intersex individuals within the criminal justice system. Kenya now stands at a moral crossroads as it grapples with the prospect of redefining its stance on prostitution. While proponents argue that the proposed changes will lead to more compassionate and rights-focused enforcement, critics question whether the government is forsaking the very values that led its ascent to power. We all know that the government has been labeled as a godly government that was elected by godly people into power. But how come that the same government is allowing such bills to be discussed within the Kenyan parliament. Remember, this bill also comes at a time where the legislation, or rather the judiciary, was accused of proposing to endorse homosexuality in the country. Where are we heading as a country? What are your thoughts about this bill? Leave your thoughts on our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye bye.